I'm making a great Italian summer pasta dish. It's a wonderful way to use up those excess tomatoes that you might have in your garden or to buy at the farmer's market. We're also going to add fresh zucchini, and I'm going to cook the zucchini in the pasta water, so you'll have minimal cooking. We're going to have some fresh mozzarella balls in this, and also I'll be sauteing some prosciutto. This is a wonderful summer pasta dish. Please enjoy the video, and you'll find the ingredients listed below in the description box and the full recipe at My Italian Kitchen by Chef Diane Mantica on Facebook. Enjoy and ciao. Get yourself a really good serrated knife to use for your tomatoes. There's nothing that will cut them better than that. Make sure to clean up the tomato and get rid of that little stem area that's hard. I want my tomato to be in a really small dice. That way it will really cook up nicely and travel throughout the pasta. But if you're using cherry or grape tomatoes, you can even leave those whole, and they're going to wilt down. Try and take some of the seeds out if you can, but I usually leave some in, and I don't mind them at all. I've measured out about 4 cups of my chopped tomatoes, but this recipe is really forgiving, so don't worry about it if you have a little bit less or a little bit more. Make sure that your zucchini is really fresh. You don't want anything with really big bruises on it, and you want it to stay firm and crisp. Keep your zucchini about the same size as your tomatoes, so they're all pretty consistent in shape. Once again, if you have more than 3 cups of zucchini, you're okay. I'm using fresh basil, but if in your garden you have extra herbs like oregano or thyme, you can add them to this dish. They'll be really delicious. This cut is called a chiffonade, and this is a French term. So you're going to have all these beautiful little ribbons of basil, but then you can refine them more and chop them up just a bit. Garlic is so awesome in this dish. It just goes so well with tomatoes, and it's going to add vibrancy to your pasta dish. I'm using something called speck, and speck is a smoked prosciutto. You don't have to use this, but boy is it good. Prosciutto can be really tricky to cut because it's a little bit slippery, so I love to roll it up like a cigar and cut it into little rounds and then chop that finer. Get your pasta water going at a really high boil and salt it. Remember, always keep your pasta water boiling as you're cooking pasta. I'm using farfalle pasta today. That's the shape of a butterfly, but you could use penne or any favorite shape of yours. So add a little bit of olive oil to a sauté pan and get your prosciutto really going. You want it to be crisp. Let's add the minced garlic now. Make sure that your prosciutto is really crisp before you do this. Now it's time to add those beautiful diced tomatoes. We're really just going to cook them for a little bit. We don't even really need to have them cooked down. Cook your diced tomatoes for about 3 or 4 minutes. Adding a little bit of salt and pepper during your cooking is really going to help stimulate the flavor of your food, and particularly tomatoes. Once my pasta is al dente, I know that it's ready to add the zucchini right into the pasta water. You're only going to cook the zucchini for a few minutes in the water. You really want it to remain nice and crisp. So it's time to add the cooked pasta and zucchini into the tomato mixture. Don't worry about adding a little bit of pasta water to the pan. It won't do any harm and it will make it a little bit saucier. I didn't do that, but you can. It's time to add the basil, and I would shut the heat off because you don't want the basil to cook. You want it to have that fresh, vibrant flavor. And make sure that the heat is totally off when you add those little mozzarella balls. You really don't want them to get too melty. So it's time to serve up your great Italian pasta dish while it's fresh and hot. You're going to really love having this beautiful pasta dish for the summer months, and it's such a great way to use up your produce. I love to finish this off with a fresh grind of black pepper. I hope to see you soon for my next Italian recipe. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and enjoy.